Hello, YouTube. Welcome to my channel, Marriage, Politics, and Sports. This is another Sunday dinner with the family. I just felt like cooking something yesterday. So a real simple meal. And I'm going to go through the steps. It's not a motion picture, but just take some still shots and ingredients to set up and all that kind of stuff. I've been doing this for a while, but it's been a while since I think I did my last one was maybe October. So, I didn't do one for Thanksgiving. I just thought that would be just a little bit too decadent with all the food that was out there. And plus, it was shared. The wife helped, and my daughter helped, and a couple of other things. So, but it was just too much food, that we had to, we gave away as much as we can, but everybody else had spreads they were trying to give away as well. But, all right, just a simple chicken dinner. I baked the chicken and just go through some of the prep work. I have rice pilaf, and you can see the vegetable medley, which was particularly tasty for the vegetables, and I made a lot of that, so we have a lot left. So this was just yesterday, and to tell you the truth, the food tastes better today than it did yesterday. Because after cooking it, your appetite is not as much as it is. So I had another plate this today, nice small plate with the chicken and rice, vegetables. But like, share, and subscribe to my channel. I do a few of these every so often. I think it fits under the marriage, politics, and sports family as part of what we do as we're married. It'd be nice to see a whole lot more of those, but hopefully the trend will change at some point. If not next, if not this generation, the next one, maybe with the right people talking about it. Anyway, without further ado, let's step through the process. Let's have some fun doing it. All right, so let me get over to it. All right, so you see that, okay? I just threw out. It's funny. I was looking for something to, the stuff to buy, and okay, let me do some chicken. So of course, I used Instacart. I did not go into the off to the supermarket. So I saw this thing says, chicken legs, and thighs, quarters, chicken quarters, $10 for 10 pounds. And I said, man, that sounds really cheap. I couldn't believe it. So I bought 2 bags. And it's actually 10 pounds of chicken for $1. And I find out if you have to clean them and you have to cut off the tail and cut off some extra fat, they give, I guess, it's cheaper that way. So I froze 10 pounds of chicken. And if I would have known that it was going to be just a dollar a pound, I probably would have bought 3 bags and froze two of them. Well, anyway, so here you go. So I'm getting ready to prep this out, and all you can see everything in the background is what else I use for this meal. To tell you the truth, the 1 bag and everything in the background, I made this meal for less than $50. Yeah, some of the things I already had in terms of the seasoning and all that, the onions and stuff. So this meal costs less than $50 to make for family of four, and that's a great bargain, right? Anyway, and we could run it up again today and probably tomorrow. There's enough left. Anyway, so without further ado, so yeah, I prepared the chicken. I cut some of the stuff off. I cleaned the chicken, and now I'm getting ready to slice it. I take the chicken, I cut some slices in there, so all the seasoning can get into the meat. So you just make some incisions, kind of try to get down to the bone. So as you marinate it and all that, it gets all in there as best you can, as opposed to just laying on the skin, right? All right. So just the beginning, I didn't mix it yet. I put a bunch of seasons in there, and but I didn't leave it at that because they were selling uh, Buffalo Wild Wings garlic parmesan uh, dipping sauce, right? I said, well, you know what? I'm gonna cook it in that. So I just put that in there, then mixed it all up. Just all mixed up. I think it was like 9 or 10 legs, quarters. So I mixed it all up. So with all those seasonings, without that Parmesan sauce, the chicken probably would have tasted good anyway. So I added it in there, and I said, well, I'm gonna go ahead and bake it like this. So it sat like this for maybe 2 hours before I put it in the oven. This is a small pan. I got a bigger pan, but this is just a small pan. I had to use two pans, and underneath it, I had some peppers and onions and garlic. So I laid this on top of that. Oh, so here's the zucchini and carrots. Cut up all the zucchini, and of course I rinsed it off some more. Yeah, some mushrooms and clean the mushrooms off. And this is I'm just gonna step through it. So what I really did with the carrots, right? I put those in first. So in a slow in a pot, I put them in first for maybe around a half hour or more before I put the zucchini in there, right? Because I wanted it to be, kind of crunchy, but it'll take longer for the carrots to soften up to the consistency I like than it would be the zucchini, which is a whole lot easier since it's a fleshy and a soft vegetable. So then I put this, so the mushrooms is in there already. I'll put a couple of things, a stick of butter, some soy sauce, some pepper, just a touch of salt, not a lot. And that's it. And then the rice, of course, is rice pilaf, water. I put some parsley in there, and they have their own flavor packs. So that's the meal. It was really simple. This meal is really, really simple to make. I mean, you just do the prep time up front, and you cook things on a timer. I bake the chicken at uh, the flesh side up for the first hour. Then I turned all the chicken over on the back, so the skin side was up. I turned the heat up to 350. Then I put some Parmesan cheese on top of it and put it back in. With the boiler, I turned the bake off, put the boiler on for like 15 minutes so it can get a little bit of color on the top, melt the cheese on top of it. So that's what I did. And this is what it looks like, you know? And it was very, very tasty. Very tasty. If I should say so myself, it was an easy meal to fix, very tasty. You got to go way out of your way to make a bad tasting piece of chicken. But the vegetable medley was just banging because it's not. I mean, it wasn't soggy. The vegetables were still had that crunch to it, had a nice little flavor. The rice, I have to say, it was. You put a little bit of salt in the water. Maybe I put a little bit more than I should have. The white rice had a little salt tinge because the flavor packs had salt in them as well. But for some reason, it all meshed really well if you get a little bit of everything on a fork. So that's it. It's a real simple dinner, and anybody could do. And I had a good time doing it. We had a good meal yesterday. That's what I had for seconds, not seconds, but that's what I had today is leftovers. And hey, you're cooking with all pain. There you go. If I can dance, I could be like cooking with Kaya, and come up with a jingle and all that shit. Go on TikTok and be the male Kaya guy, but nobody wants to see a fat old man with a beard. But who knows? There's a lot of freaks out there. So maybe I'll rethink that. Get me a little shtick, get on TikTok and cooking with our pain, and get a million views and shit like that. Who knows? Well, we'll see. Our pain, marriage, politics, and sports. Over and out.